Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. If you resonate with the title and or the thumbnail, this is the perfect reading for you, delivered at the perfect time through the language of synchronicity by the universe. And this is a collective or general reading, so just be aware parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Also, this is a timely reading, and that means it's the perfect time for you if you're watching it now. But if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then, that could give you further clarity as to your situation now. The underlying energy from the bottom of the deck is the Hangman. The Hangman hangs from the Tree of Knowledge because he wants to gain a different perspective. Hello, little Stella. You gonna come and join us for the reading? Okay. Okay, be a good girl. Sorry, my cat wants to join us for the reading here. Her job is to purr on my lap, and she takes it very seriously. Did you just wake up and I was doing a reading without you? All right, so we have the Hangman, and he's hanging from the Tree of Knowledge. He is hanging upside down because he wants to gain a different perspective. He's looking at the situation that he's trying to figure out what to do, what action to take, and he's waiting, and when his aura becomes bright yellow, he's looked at it from every angle he can think of, then he's ready to make a move forward. And we have the Strength from my oracle, Tales from the Vector. I don't have a reproduction of this print of this painting as of yet, but I will soon. It's actually an ink draw. Oh no, this one's a painting. So this is the original of this painting is 3 feet by 4 feet. So I'm having some reproductions made that are smaller that I can show you here. But this is talking about having the strength and the integrity to tackle whatever this is. And so strength in traditional tarot would represent the young woman reaching into the lion's mouth, which is representing her fears, so that she can reach infinite potential. So this is using your strength and integrity, looking at things from all angles before taking action. And then we have some information, communication coming in. Look, we have 3 knights. There's some major information coming in here. We have, so of course the knights would, in the old days when they delivered information, it would be by horse or by camel in some areas possibly. And this energy is talking about communication or information coming in. Back then, of course, it would be in person, and this would always be a male. These days, this could be a female, and you know, we have so many ways of information coming in. So we have, you know, phone calls, text messages. It could come in the post. There could be a delivery of some sort. There is, you know, maybe an email. You're on social media. Maybe someone messages you there. There's so many ways on social media. And then there's also maybe an event is posted and you decide, I'm going to attend that event. And when you do, you meet someone in person. And it's the perfect person for you to find out what you wanted to know at that time. This energy is also, it's really good if you are looking for information. It's a good idea to keep an eye on what's happening at the top of the pyramid. Whatever's happening on the top of the pyramid is probably going to affect pretty much everybody below to varying degrees. Wait, now the King of Pentacles is talking about the slowest moving of all the kings, or of all the knights. He sometimes has to have a board meeting with himself to brush his teeth. It can be really frustrating. It feels like forever when his information is waiting for the information to come in. Pentacles in tarot represent health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. So this is regarding something of that. And of course, to have health, wealth, and happiness, generally you need money. And so this is why the pentacle energy is represented by a coin. But still, you could have all the money in the world and still not, if you don't have love and you don't have health, you're not going to be living the ultimate lifestyle. So pentacles are about lifestyle, and they represent the element of earth. So there's some sort of information coming in about pentacles. And also the Knight of Wands is rushing in as well. And The Knight of Wands is coming in with passion. He's representing the energy, the element of fire. This is represented by a wooden wand that it has passion, and the wood feeds the fire. And this is talking about the red plume on the back of his helmet is talking about having a lot of passion. Like in the past, he may have been very impulsive, still could tend to be towards that, and have a hot temper possibly, but he's learned to rein his emotions in. And the horse is rearing up. This is talking about his heart energy and his passion wants him to go faster, but he's learned to rein it in so that he can get a better result. And he also has these pyramids in the background, which are representing his love of adventure, exploring the world, exploring new cultures, knowledge for the sake of it. The pyramids are one of the wonders of the world, and exploring all of those. And this also is representing the fire horse energy. On February 17th, we had the Chinese New Year, and that we entered the energy of the fire horse energy until February 6th of 2027. So this energy is talking about the same exact almost energy. This is representing Sagittarius energy, the centaur that sets his arrows boom, 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 boom into the sky, and then they land on target. This energy is very similar to the fire horse energy. It's saying don't be too impulsive because you may regret it. Don't get all hot tempered and tweet all over the place and then be like, oh, I shouldn't have done it the next day, when you realize, oh, that was AI. And, then you're having to apologize to everybody. And this energy also can represent the energy of being, like, setting your goals very high, which is a really good thing. But you want to be careful to give yourself enough time. Like, don't make it such a reasonable time frame that it's pretty much impossible to achieve, because that could cause you to burn out before you get to the finish line, trying to keep up with an unrealistic schedule. And then we have the Knight of Swords. This is the best energy to be in for the fiery horse energy, passionate but controlled. The Knight of Swords is actually showing us the opposite of that. This is someone who is, this energy is how not to be in the fire horse energy. He's got, he's racing in, he's running, and it almost looks like he's running to talk about this energy here, which is the Page of Cups. Now that's kind of interesting. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Or he might be running with the Knight of Wands, or trying to beat the Knight of Wands to get to the Knight of Pentacles. Or, whoever they are bringing the information to. How long, it depends, like how far away are these kingdoms, right? And so he's got a red flag on the back of his helmet instead of the red plume, and you can only see half his sword. And so the swords in tarot represent the element of air, and this is your thoughts, and it's also, your mental intelligence and your discipline of your mind. Now, we express our thoughts through words, and those could be written or they could be verbal. So we can only see half his sword. So it's saying, does he only have half the information? We can't see the point of his sword, and maybe he can't see the point of his information. And so this is talking about rushing in, and sometimes this is considered a fool rushing in. He's racing, his poor horse is totally stressed out, and he's riding it hard through barren land against the wind. Even the sky, the clouds in the sky look like they've been ripped. He's in a panic, some sort of anxiety. Sometimes this can represent the energy of an investigation happening, some sort of energy coming in from spy energy or from technology, hidden cameras, that type of energy. tapped phone lines, etc. Now this is talking about the Page of Cups. So this is all information. The Page of Cups, the pages would work for the king and queen at a much younger age, around 7 to 14. So this, the knights are over 21 years of age, and the pages would be around 7 to 14, and then from 14 to 21. So this can quite often be representing someone coming in who you maybe knew when back in elementary and high school, or it could also represent someone that maybe you went to university or met during that time frame. Doesn't have to be, but sometimes it does come up. This is they would work from 7 to 14 for the king and queen, and you have to remember back then the life expectancy is half of what it is now. So the energy is talking about a cup of love. Now this quite often is romantic love, especially with this card, but it doesn't have to be. So it could be love of anyone or anything, or even love of something you love to do or be. But with the Page of Cups, it's generally about love, and it would be, and he would be delivering the messages in the palace walls. And then if he was really good at what he was doing and was performing at a high level, he might even be considered for knighthood if he could afford a horse. And so this is very interesting because we have information coming in about all 4 elements: the pentacles, the passion for action, the mental intelligence and discipline of the mind, and also a cup of love. And so this page understands that there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he is focused on this particular fish. Now this is really kind of interesting energy to have all 4 elements, information coming in about all 4, and also the page is the only, like this one is younger than these 3. So let's see what is this about. And then we have we have the 2 of Swords. So this energy is talking about having a closed mind, which is not a great way to be in the year of the horse energy, or in any time really, but particularly in the year of the horse, you want to have an open mind. And also at the time that I'm doing this reading, there were a lot of astrological influences. Like from the beginning of the year, we had eclipse season around February 17th and March 3rd. And we have the new moon here. We just had a new moon before I'm doing this reading. There's been a lot of major planets moved into the sign of Aries. And one of those is Neptune, and the other is Saturn. And they're going to be there for a while yet. Like Neptune for 14 years and Saturn for at around 2.5 to 3. And we also have this, and so like that energy of Aries is about like the infant of the zodiac. It's the very first sign. So this energy has a tendency to bring up a lot of new, and especially with Neptune being in Aries now for the next 14 years, it's going to be like you have to tweak things and do them differently. So if you can't, the same old way that you were doing things is probably not going to work. It might be just a small adjustment that you have to make, but you have to keep an open mind about this. This person is in this situation where they're feeling it's either this or that. And sometimes that can really lead to the energy of my way or the highway. And so they're sitting here and it's draining their energy, and you can see this because they have their feet turned out in body language that is leaking masculine and feminine energy from your base chakra, which is about your survival instincts basically. And this person is protecting their heart and feeling vulnerable. And so we have the right arm holding back the left arm. And this energy, the right arm is a logic and your left arm would be your intuition. These swords of intellect are double-edged swords. So one edge represents your logic and the other edge represents your intuition. So this is saying that this person needs to use both to be able to have a creative solution. And the new moon is talking about, you have to look at things from a new angle. That's what new moons are about, planting seeds in the new and making sure that and she has a blindfold on. Now, sometimes this can represent going inward and meditating. so that you're not distracted by what your eyes can see. A lot of times people will say, oh, I'll believe it when I see it. But when you understand that the human eye can only see a very small spectrum of the light spectrum of light, and so it's a small bandwidth that we can see. There's a lot going on that maybe we cannot see. Like for instance, when I'm doing a reading here, right now my cat has very happy feet. She's enjoying this reading. And that energy, like she goes into the zone, and then all of a sudden she'll just take off and she sees something. I can't see it, but she's, she's on it. She's chasing after it. So human beings, your eyes can only see so much. So there is a saying, because you have eyes, you cannot see. Because you sometimes need to use your third eye to be able to actually really see. You need to go inward and check in with your heart and feel what the answer is sometimes. And this is judgment coming in. So some sort of judgment, there's a lot of there's communication coming in from every single element. So dun, 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 dun. This is big news coming in. It's got some people triggered for sure. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? We have to do this or that. Wah, wah. But there is never only two ways of doing things. It's not this or that. It's not my way or the highway. If you have an open mind, it's like a parachute. It can save your life. So the judgment is coming in, and the ancestors are literally climbing out of their box. Yahoo! Finally, we've been waiting for justice. And the descendants, they're waving back and forth across the veil. And sometimes this can represent skeletons coming out of the closet now when judgment is being called. The judgment comes from the spiritual realm, and it's coming down to earth, finally, to the 3D. So the ancestors are cheering. There might be skeletons coming out of the closet, and Pandora's box may be opened, but they've been waiting for this judgment. Perhaps they had unfinished business when they crossed the veil that they could not get done. And it's bothering them on the other side. And here we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is responsible for bringing justice in from the spiritual realm down to the physical. So if you're a religious person, this could represent like religious leaders, your pope, bishops, cardinals, gurus, rabbis, whoever's in charge of the religion that you're in. And then if you're more on the spiritual side, that would represent God's energy connecting straight to source without an intermediary through meditation and prayer, and bringing that down into the physical realm here, that these two monks are here, and they are going to get instruction from the Hierophant here to bring this in. And this is, the Hierophant has his right hand in the form of a blessing, which is saying if you're on the right side of justice, this is going to be a big blessing coming in for you. And, but if you're not on the right side, it could be this type of energy. It's interesting, right? The only one that looks totally stressed out here is this energy here. Now, looking at this, and now we have this card, and we have the Lovers here. So the devil energy is representing temptation. And this temptation is, we have two lovers here. They're yoked to each other, and they're chained to Saturn's box. And remember, I just said Saturn was one of the planets that moved into Aries. And Saturn was sitting on top of Neptune. Like they were just like this, tight. And now they're finally separating a little, but Saturn represents it rules over the devil energy. So this is talking about, he's crouched there in between these two lovers, and this is representing temptation. So this can represent lust over love, basically, and also this could be a third-party energy. That could be why there's this or that kind of here. There's, and then when I look at this now, this could be talking about, and I feel this is a past relationship, because this is, this Page of Cups would have been like under 21 age. And so this could have been puppy love, or this could be someone that you know from your childhood, or from when you were in high school, elementary school, high school, or maybe going to college, university. And he's got a fish in this cup. And yes, sometimes it means there's plenty of fish in the sea and he's focused and has his eye on you. but sometimes it can represent there's something fishy in your love life, or someone that's planning to come in is fishy, and they have ulterior motives. And you know, if you keep a fish out of the cup of out of the water for too long, of course, it's going to start to smell. And so there could be something that is stinky in your love life, or this could be a past situation, and there's some sort of information and judgment coming up about something from the past that clearly there's a lot of people involved here. There's like 4 kingdoms involved here, basically. Pretty much, it's a global event. Let me put it to you this way. And public. These are all, you know, these are representing kingdoms, right? So let's see, when the devil comes up, I always take the next card and I cover him with it. I want to know, what minion does he send in? The devil doesn't do his own dirty work. So he sends someone in. So who is that? Maybe we can find out a little bit more about what it's about. And sometimes God just covers it. We have justice. Yeah, there we go. So whatever has been happening, the information is coming out about something. And it's involving 4 different kingdoms. It's involving, so that's just, we're talking like global energy. We're talking about something fishy going on, something stinky, someone who was controlling something this way or that way. But this energy, it's starting to drain them. It's not working out. I feel could be a lot of people involved in this. There's, you know, pentacles. There's action that was taken, and like some of it impulsive. And then we've got this energy. There's like, could be an investigation going on. We've got the Hierophant here, and now we've got justice, and we have judgment. This is like coming down to this is already taking place in the spiritual. And now it's coming down into the physical. There's a lot of shift going on here. This is like, whoa. Like everything is being exposed. And it's going to be public, because this is clearly, I mean, public figures, right? Wow. And then we have the Queen of Swords along with this Justice here. So you see how this Justice individual has her right foot forward. She's ready to, as soon as the Hierophant gives the word, she's coming down and she's going to be wielding that sword. And so this is also talking about redemption from karma. And she's waiting to, as soon as the Hierophant says, okay, this is coming through into the 3D. And this is the truth coming out. And at this time that I'm doing this reading, and for the next 8 years, basically, there's going to be this energy of Uranus moved into the sign of Gemini. Gemini is very quick-witted. Back and forth, change your mind, do this, do that, fast, fast, fast. They are very adaptable. And it's been like since this, about maybe 2.5 weeks ago from the time I'm doing this reading now, which is May 21st. This is this energy has been bringing out. I've been saying a truth a day keeps the devil at bay, and we're seeing at the very top of the pyramid all the way down. It's affecting a lot of people. This is truth coming out about situations on a spiritual level. First and foremost, spiritual court is in session. And now it's being brought down to earth. And this is the first energy we really have of a queen or a king. And this energy is the Queen of Swords. And she is all about discernment now. She's considered to be very cold, because I feel like this energy is saying that she's had to have a lot of strength, because she's been stuck for a long time here. Because, well, look at all the energy. Oh my goodness. Like, this is wild. And so she's got her sword up. She's talking about discernment. She's been there, done that. She is tired of the bullshit. She has the souvenir, the t-shirt, and she's like, if you're going to come into me at all with any information or anything to do, and she's saying, I've been hanging here waiting. It's taken all my strength not to lop off every one of your heads. She's not in the mood. and her head is above the clouds, and she has clarity, and she wants this justice to be served. Now, justice is also redemption from karma. A lot of people feel karma is punishment, but karma is actually it's cause and effect. I mean, it's basically for your actions or inactions, and you could have that directly. You did something, or you didn't do something, and you should have. Maybe you watched someone suffer, and you knew all about this, and you didn't open your mouth about it. And now, all of this communication. This is talking like a bunch of people in each of these kingdoms talking about this. So you can imagine, and yeah, this is like the Queen of Swords is often, there's a lot of gossip around her because she's generally someone who's very independent and doesn't hang around with other people and gossip. She's not into gossip at all, but a lot of times the gossip is about her. And that's why she knows how damaging gossip is. She's Queen of Swords. She understands the power of words. She knows they can uplift and they can also be used as weapons. And she's done. She's tired of hanging around here, waiting for this to be taken care of. And so this is talking, indirect karma is when you are people you're associated with, and sometimes unfinished business from your ancestors and even from your descendants can be causing this. And so this associations in business, associations from all over the place here, it looks like. Whoa, this is a lot of energy. So and then there's the karmic spaces that we can all fall into. I mean, we're human. We have a tendency to fall into temptation, but wow. And then this card has been coming up a lot. So this is basically saying, I feel like this is saying this queen, when this information all comes in, she's like, glory, hallelujah. She's on the precipice of change. She is so fed up with this bullshit. She just, if it was the old days, she would just say, off with all of your heads. Like, just be done. There would be heads rolling. That type of energy. But these days, the queens don't have that kind of power anymore. So in the old days, it wouldn't have even been a question. And so this is like, this person is standing on the precipice of change. Quite often this can represent someone who was in a couple, was married or whatever, and is now single. It looks like this is sand, but it's actually water, and the sun is shining on it. It's golden. And there's ships sailing by, and this person is like, let me get on one of them babies and go on an adventure. And he's got his hand on this one wand here. And I feel this is saying that he has left being a couple and has been independent. So this is about independence. This is freedom to do as he pleases, how he pleases. And I feel that, well, this is coming in clearly pretty quickly here with all this energy. I mean, people are talking. You know how when talk starts happening, and when there's this many kingdoms involved, it's going to be public it'll be in the news. We'll hear about it. We're here, like, it's going to be another one of them where you look at the news and you go, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? So here we have the Knight of Pentacles taking forever to bring in this information about Pentacles. And this is a blessing from the Hierophant coming in, justice being served after, because there was some temptation from the devil energy coming in. And then we have this energy of standing on the precipice of change, waiting and waiting for this to finally get resolved. The Queen of Swords is running out of patience, and she's pretty much like has closed her mind almost to this energy. Like, just if she had her way, she'd go back to the old ways things were done. And this is talking about the Page of Cups energy. Something was fishy in a relationship. I feel this is the energy. The Knight of Swords is, like in a panic about this energy, that whatever was stinky about it, and then someone's taking passionate action, and it's all got to do with Pentacles. And whenever there's a bunch of shift going on and there's a bunch of judgment and all of this type of energy and the devil's involved, follow the money. Some people will do anything for money. All right, so if you're leaving the reading here, give it a like and comment. It's intense energy. but it might be really beneficial for you. And also consider subscribing if you resonate. And then for those of you who want further clarity, I'm going to use my oracle, Tales from the Vector. And let's see what's going on here. So we've got, oops, sorry. All right, so these numbers represent the paintings as they're listed on my, in my oracle. Or on my website, talesfromthevector.com, so you can check it out. This is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. So I will put that in the description box below. I'll put these as they're numbered. I hope that I have this right. The cat was on my lap when I was starting this. Oh yeah, you can see them. That's good. Okay, so we have the strength. We already talked about that. We have a major transition coming in with all this information. The Hangman again here. So it's finally like, it's almost like this Knight of Wands has been like, you know, having to really hold himself back because to not be in this impulsive energy, tired of hanging around here, waiting for this, let's get this moving here. He wants the ball rolling too. He's a rebel with a cause, so he's like, it's time. You know, get that information here already, you slowpoke. And this is, the tower is on this energy. This is somewhat, there's an investigation going on. This is like, oh, and then there's the Empress energy. So this is talking about whatever this happened with this. I feel like this is talking because we only have one queen here. We don't have any kings. We just have this queen. So I feel like this is saying she's been elevated to Empress status now. The Empress energy is talking when you've been through so much bullshit that now you, and you've managed to stay on your path, that now you're considered like an Empress energy. And Empress energy is a powerful manifester, that type of energy. This is talking about this energy being very foolish, expecting to get away with it, not recognizing, I feel, thinking that I feel that this queen was all by herself, because she's independent, and this usually represents someone who's divorced. But the whole time, this is God's plan, and it's saying God was with her the whole time. This is, I feel, whatever this has happened here has been happening to a lot of people, and they've been getting away with whatever they've been doing for a long time, and they thought they were very foolish in thinking that the devil was going to cover their butt. But the devil has had, they can't pay up. And so they, because they weren't going against the Queen of Swords, she wasn't alone. They were going against God's plan. And so that's never going to work out. And God was being kind enough to give them many opportunities to shift their behavior, but they didn't. And now it's like everybody's just fed up. Everybody's done. It's time to come out of isolation. The hermit climbs the mountain to meditate and pray and sits there. It's very similar to this energy. He doesn't take action until the North Star energy is in his lantern, and then he comes down. And so I just feel like it's time. Like everybody's, it's already, court's been, there's been judgment on the spiritual realm, and it's coming down to earth now. And so we can probably expect to see some more crazy truths coming out at the top, and that's going to also be here at the bottom. And so we have the power of spin. The chariot is coming through. This is representing an energy of, it's coming in, like it's already happening on the spiritual realm, and it's like a tank. It's like tung, 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 tung. If you're on your destined path, you're moving forward. Sometimes this chariot energy can also represent the energy of law enforcement coming in. So I feel like we'll see what happens. Don't be surprised if there's something on the news again. Whatever. All right. Do give this a like and comment if you've enjoyed it. It's been some really intense energy. Consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so, and I will be back with another reading about random shift. I'm actually moving into doing, from today, I'm going to start my blue moon readings, and yeah, and work on those. So bye for now.